Hi, I'm James, the Technical SEO Manager here at Dark Horse, and I'm going to talk you through the Shopify product cannibalisation issue. It's a classic issue we see with Shopify that affects your SEO. I'm going to talk you through what it is and how to deal with it. So let's take an example. You want to start a sportswear online shop and you've chosen Shopify to sell from. When you add products to the site, so for example, Adidas Predator Edge football boots, you would start with a URL that looks like this. Then you might decide that you're going to add those football boots into different collections. For example, a collection for football boots, and your URL now looks like this. So Shopify automatically creates a new URL for each collection that you create on the site. And if you have the ability to view all on your website, then the likelihood is you also have a URL for that as well, which might look like this. The problem is, you've now, as you keep adding collections to the site and you keep adding products, you now have, let's say, 4 URLs for the same product. The first issue in terms of how that damages your SEO is cannibalisation. So if you have 4 different URLs for the same product, then they're all competing with each other for those same keywords if you don't manage it properly. So for example, if I'm searching for Adidas Predator Edge football boots, there's 4 different URLs that could be shown in the search results. Google doesn't know which one to show, and the likelihood is it'll either show the wrong one, which you don't want users to see, or it'll just not show any of them rank very well at all. So obviously that's the first issue. The second issue is that if you have canonical tags in place to try and manage that duplicate issue, so you have, let's say, 3 pages with a canonical tag pointing to that one URL, then those URLs are still able to be accessed on the website. And if a journalist went onto the website and wanted to write an article and feature your product, then they could link to the wrong URL that has no SEO value because it's a non-indexable URL because you've got a canonical there. So that's the second issue, is you're not getting the full value of that link because it's pointing to the wrong URL on the site. And then the third issue is that it wastes crawl budget. So if you've got 4 URLs for the same page, Google's going to waste its time crawling duplicate pages when it could spend that time crawling more important pages, or it could spend that time crawling new products so that they get seen and rank faster. So what can we do about it? Well, the best solution from an SEO perspective is to use the same URL from all collections. So we have that simple URL that you started with, which is here. We want that to show in all the collections rather than multiple URLs in different collections. And so the product still shows up in all of your collections, but when you actually click to it, it's just that simple URL. And that means it manages the 3 issues that I talked about. And if someone links to your product, then the only option for them is to use that URL on the site. So you can get the full value from the link. You manage the duplicate issue because there's no duplicates anymore. So rather than having 4, we've just got 1. So how can you implement this? You need to make changes in the code on Shopify. So where you go into the collections template or other templates where your collection product links feature, essentially you remove the collection section from the code. So obviously we advise that you get a developer in to help do this so that you don't take down the website. That just changes the URL structure across Shopify. So any product, rather than having a collection version, just uses that one URL. And this, you can see some really good examples. For example, Gymshark use this, where you could go into any collection on the website and it'll just be that same one product URL. So that was my top tips for solving Shopify product cannibalisation. Thank you for watching.